Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Upon the hearing of my voice this morning, we have so much to give God thanks for. So many people got up this morning not in their right mind. So many people went to bed last night with the dreams and aspiration of getting up this morning and are not numbered in the land of the living. So once you're alive, once you're breathing, you have much to give God thanks for. Now this morning, our attention switches to St. James. And the bloodletting in St. James continues. And what's appalling about St. James at this minute, up to yesterday, the police are reporting that at least 185 people have been murdered in the parish so far this year. Out of that 185 people, it would be interesting to know how many males and females are numbered among those. Because I tell you, in a few years from now, we'll be having a lot of kids without fathers. A whole lot of kids without fathers. Now, according to the Jamaica Gleaner, 2 men are dead after gunmen shot 6 people, including the infant daughter of one of the deceased, in the Hendon area of Norwood St. James Wednesday night. The deceased have been identified as 31-year-old Delano Christie, otherwise called Odane Weddy, a shopkeeper of Hacker Street in the community, and 26-year-old Jordane Brown, otherwise called Odane, an unemployed resident of the area. Christie's 9-month-old daughter, a 48-year-old construction worker, and a 23-year-old man, and another 25-year-old construction worker, all of Hacker Street, were shot and injured. Reports are that about 8:15 p.m., persons were at a shop operated by Christie along Hacker Street when 2 armed men approached them and opened gunfire before fleeing the area on foot. When the shooting subsided, it was discovered that the 5 men and the infant who were shot in her father's arms were shot. The victims were taken to the hospital where Christie and Browns were pronounced dead and the other admitted. It is understood that the infant who sustained gunshot wounds in the region of her shoulder and abdomen has been showing signs of recuperating. The 3 hospitalized males were in stable condition up to Thursday afternoon. You can finish reading the rest of the story. Now, one of the things I can't understand with us Jamaican is that we have seen how the country has been tormented by criminals. And yet still, we give the criminals prime areas to attack. Now, at 8:15 p.m., hanging around a Ludi or domino table in areas like Hendon in St. James are bread and cheese for these criminals. Is it easy for them to do what they want to do? If someone is in the midst who they want, it is almost the easiest targets to take out. And believe it or not, they are not coming to take out just an individual. If 10 people is there, they're going to fire shot indiscriminately and widely. So more than likely, innocent people will be caught in the crossfire. A 9-month-old child was caught in the midst of this. Innocent child is caught in the midst of this mayhem and this callous type of behavior from these criminals. St. James has turned into a parish that nobody wants to go. SOEs were launched recently by the Prime Minister. I don't know how much of a dent that will put on the crime figures down there in St. James. But from the start of the year, 185 persons alone have been taken out in St. James. And it doesn't seem as if it's stopping. It doesn't seem as if it's being curtailed. These criminals do whatever they want, whenever they want. And children are being caught in the midst of all of this madness. With 185 persons murdered in St. James, how many of them how many kids now are fatherless? More than, I can bet the bottom dollar down, more than 90% of these persons that were killed are male. How can we continue in a country that is not facing any civil war, not facing any political war, but yet still we have lost so many lives? Over 1,300 lives have been lost so far already. And not to shift away from the point, but indiscipline in Jamaica is so rampant. Look at this man who recently was violating females out of a taxi, and he's been idolized. He's been boldly put at the front of a lot of social media pages these days. This man came on the Star repenting for what he did, and all of a sudden, because of the influx of hype that he has gotten, this man has backed down from his apology. This man says he's not apologizing for nothing. I only hope that when he have his day in court, the judge will see that at one point he apologized, and then at another point he's backing down from it. He's been glorified in some circles right now. These are the things that lead to serious crimes. When instances like these are not put under control, they lead to other things else. With this man being idolized, it might give him the motivation to do more serious things. But yet still, the bloodletting continues in St. James. Mothers crying because of a loss of kids. Children crying because one or two of their parents are no longer in the land of the living. Now, how does this affect the population? Teachers now have to become counselors because some of these kids go to school. When they lose their parent, the teacher has to be doubling up doing teaching and also counseling. But I hope that there might be some light at the end of the tunnel, and we might see some drastic changes in the laws that should be placed in the country, and we see criminals being taken and brought to book so that we can have a safer environment. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. If you're watching this channel and you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Help the growth of this channel so that we can reach the heights of certain other channels. For now, stay safe. Look out for the neighbor. Look out for the children. Look out for your loved ones. And most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.